Former President Trump could be facing an imminent indictment after his former attorney and fixer Michael Cohen testified yesterday before a grand jury. New York prosecutors have invited Trump to testify about his role in the hush money payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels. Senior investigative reporter Aaron Katersky joins me live now for more on this. So, Aaron, recap this whole thing for us. What do we know at this point about this payment?
It was made on the eve of the 2016 presidential campaign. It was $130,000 paid to Stormy Daniels from Michael Cohen. And then when former President Trump reimbursed Cohen the money, he logged it, according to court records, as a routine legal expense. And Cohen went to prison because, in fact, federal prosecutors said the payment violated campaign finance laws. And Cohen has now testified for about 3 hours before the grand jury. You see him arriving yesterday. And he will be back tomorrow for more testimony to answer questions. And prosecutors in New York are deciding whether former President Trump falsified business records by logging the payment one way, even if it was meant for something else.
So how is former President Trump responding to this?
Well, he says he's done nothing wrong. He's dismissed the investigation as a witch hunt, and he says that the idea of indicting him would be simply insane because he says there's no case here. He believes that the payment was to avoid an extortion attempt by Stormy Daniels, not to protect his campaign, but to protect his family from embarrassment, even though he's denied the affair. We don't think Manhattan prosecutors see it that way. Cohen may be among the last witnesses to testify before the district attorney, Alvin Bragg, makes a decision whether to file criminal charges.
So what happens next? What are the chances we see Trump testify here, because he has been invited to? And what are the chances of an indictment?
There is, by law, a requirement that potential criminal defendants be given the chance to testify, tell the grand jury their side of the story before the DA moves ahead with a charging decision. His attorney, Joe Tacopina, told us that that is highly unlikely, saying Trump has no plans to accept the invitation to testify before the grand jury. And really, that's a step that prosecutors only take if they are going to move forward with an indictment. Why invite the defendant to come in and tell his side of the story if you're not going to move forward?
So if they do issue that indictment, then what happens?
Well, then the president, the former president, would be like any other criminal defendant, sort of. You'd think he'd have to surrender to face the charges, appear to be arraigned on the indictment, and then the process would run its course through the courts with a potential trial maybe a year off or so. But it would be unprecedented to have a former American president charged with a crime. Although this is not the only crime he could be charged with, because Trump is facing investigations in Atlanta over efforts to overturn the 2020 election results by a special counsel who's investigating Trump's role in January 6th and his handling of classified material. So there are a number of opportunities for prosecutors to indict him. But Trump is undeterred. He was on the campaign trail just last night in Iowa, telling an audience that he would turn the Justice Department, if elected, onto any prosecutor that wants to indict him. And if he is indicted, he says he wouldn't even think about leaving the race.
All right, Aaron Katersky, keeping an eye on it all for us. Thank you, Aaron.
Thanks, Dan.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.